Hello everyone, Nick, the Gaming Otter here. So, apparently there's a lot about DKOldies, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to give my own 2 cents on this whole issue, and, I can't hold any punches back, and I have to say, judging based on what everyone's saying, I have to side against DKOldies, unfortunately. And it's sad, because I have to say, I'm a huge fan of retro gaming. I played GoldenEye the other day. Granted, it was on Nintendo Switch, but it was fine. But, I would say that I really did enjoy playing it, even if it wasn't on the N64, but I would prefer to play it on the N64. But, looking at DKOldies prices, I'm like, no. And also the way that they refurbish consoles, I don't really take that as face value. Their TikToks and YouTube shorts might seem innocuous, and they kind of are. I mean, on the surface, they're just promoting retro gaming, and I think that's fantastic on the surface. But then when you look at everything underneath, it's like basically the refurbished console yourself, and you're just like, this is bad, this is not good. So here we're going to go into a whole bunch of stuff. So if you type in DKOldies on YouTube, this is basically what you get. You get Jacob R., but not just Jacob R., but you also get... Come on, we know he's going to pop up here. No, not Retro Gaming Guy. Where are you? Okay, I guess I'm just going to have to type it in. Let's just go to Review Tech USA's channel. Because basically, Review Tech USA should just name their channel at this point. They should name their channel DKOldies Exposed. Let's see how many videos Review Tech USA. Let's just see. Okay, so we started... let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I mean, all I have to say is, if this is like the Suzy Lou of Tipster, then you know what? Like, just embrace it for what it is, because I think this just shows that, like, internet culture will call out something when it's wrong, and that's just normal, right? Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Now, it does have to be disclaimed, like, don't bully or harass these guys. Like, if you want to hold someone accountable, that's one thing. Like, you do it in a respectful way. You don't go up to someone and just shout, "You're a scam!" to their face. Like, you just be like, you're like, based on the information that I've heard about you, I will be taking my business elsewhere. You just state it like that. You don't go up to him and be like, DKOldies scam! Like, it's not like that episode in Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, and the blue creature goes up and is like, "Rip off artist!" and just, like, slaps the person in the knee and runs away. And you're just like, yeah, that's, not the best way to go about it, guys. But, I mean, it wouldn't be complete because, I mean, let's be honest here. I'm really like my 3DS content on my channel, so we're gonna go back. But, okay, so he did, like, 13 videos practically. Probably he's gonna do more. I'm sure his channel's gonna have, like, 30. I mean, after this video, after the message he should have just ended it, because it's like, there's really no point. You've kind of just are dancing on his grave at this point. Like, I mean, I'll even confess, I think I did 5 or 6 videos on Suzy Lou, but there's only a point where it's like, you can only milk a topic until it's dry. So, I mean, I think personally Review Tech USA should probably visit DKOldies in person, and that should be his last video, and then move on to another thing. It's like, you can only do this for so long. So here we go to 3DS stuff. So, I see this one saying 60, but I think that's probably more, because it's probably talking about games. Like, some of them are hard to tell. This one is 187. Says it's refurbished. 214. 199.7. That's 90. We got 140. The special editions, I understand why they're going to be expensive, right? Although I don't like the XLs. Unless they're new, then they're better. Because the other XLs, they snap. These are not great. They break off really easily. The hinges are not strong. I prefer the newer ones. The newer ones are definitely better. Or even the old ones are fine. I guess if you want a 2DS, the Axe Wedge, that'll do good. But, like, let's just go to DKOldies and see what do they offer for 3DS prices. So this Game Boy is $150. This is $189. This is $150. I mean, I think a Game Boy Advance should probably be worth $80, personally. Like, yeah. So, let's see here. So this 3DS is $165 from Macari. Let's go back to all real quickly and see if we get more for DK Oldies. But, yeah. So, I mean, come on. $200 for 2DS? I mean, even if it's special edition, this seems a little insane to me. I don't know. I kind of a bit skeptical of their price. Their prices are insane. I think that's definitely an obvious one. But let's just do Game Boy Advance and see what the price is for that. I feel like it should be $80. $150 is insane, right? The Game Boy Advance was sold for $100 market value, right? You're charging $150 for DK Oldies? Verify you are human. Okay, DK Oldies. I'm human, yes. $150. And then, you know, if I get cosmetically flawed, it's $100. And what's good condition? An extra $50? That's ridiculous. So, I should get it in the condition it should be in. I shouldn't have to pay extra for it to be better. I think that's a ridiculous thing to me. I've never heard of someone charging for it to be cosmetically flawed versus good condition. That to me is BS. You should clean the system. That's no excuse. Like, I shouldn't have to pay for the system. I shouldn't have to pay for the system. Welcome to our site. If you need help, simply... So that's customer support. Yeah, no, I'm good. But yeah, I shouldn't have to pay for this. I mean, let's go to the Game Boy Advance. Yeah, the introductory price, right here, $99.99. And they're charging $150. And then if you get it flawed, it's $100. So I guess like there's going to be like cigarette smoke on it, and there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff on it. This one's also $150. I mean, let's go to other prices for Game Boy Advance. So, yeah, my personal take is it should be worth $80. See, this one is fine. I mean, that's like $70. That's which one is that? That's like maybe close to $65, $70. Like, that's fair, but to charge $100, you know, that one I might get away with, and this is probably in better condition, so that one is like, okay, this is $120, and this probably actually works. So, you know, I would rather buy from the original source that owned it than DK Oldies, personally. This one, you spend $46. I mean, I don't even want to find out what the Game Boy Micro is, so let's do one more console, just for the heck of it. So, let's do Nintendo DS. Let's see what that brings us. So, DK Oldies is $160. That's insane to me. Like, I don't think a DS should be worth $160. I would say $80 if it's a DS Lite, down to maybe $60. DS don't cost very much money. You know, they're pretty plentiful. I mean, they're almost the #1 selling console. I think it's behind PS2 on the most sold console of all time. So, if you can't find a DS, then you must be in bum nowhere. Like, complete bum F nowhere to not find a DS. Like, this is the truth. Is like, it's pretty obvious how you can easily find a DS, right? So, yeah, this is a bit insane to me. How that they charge $160 for a DS system, $169.99, and I could just buy that same thing for $80 on black market. And I mean, maybe black market sounds a bit sus to me, because, you know, black market, it sounds like, you know, a back alley kind of deal. But you know what? That price is still better, obviously. So it's like, that's a more fair price. And honestly, considering what we know about their refurbishes, I mean, come on. We got Review Tech USA, the Xbox video, the PS2 video, the NES video. So, I mean, closing thoughts is, don't buy from DK Oldies, you know. May I go to a DK Oldies? You know, I'll consider it, you know. I don't know if I'll go this year. If I manage to go. I believe it's in Pennsylvania. So it'd be interesting to see someone actually take a tour of the store, and like, if they can, you know. I'm sure that they're probably like, you can't take video cameras in here, and da-da-da. Like, they, you know, I imagine that Jimmy or whoever it is the face of the, or whoever owns the store, probably doesn't want people to report on them, because they've got a lot of bad press, right? So it's like, what good press is there about DK Oldies? And you know, EM Swizzle, a guy who contacted me to use one of my Tomodachi Life videos, was very, what's the word? I think he was being very nice when he was reviewing DK Oldies, and he's like, you know, the games are okay. I'm like, yeah, maybe you can get away with buying the games. And I think that's legit. Like, if you want to buy a game from there, it'll probably mostly work. But, you know, getting a good condition game is generally going to be easier than getting a good condition console. And if they're not going through the paces to fix those consoles, and let's be upfront here, we shouldn't have to pay for a cosmetically flawed versus the regular version. You should just sell me the regular version. You shouldn't be lazy and make me charge an extra $50. Okay? That's like if I go to a restaurant and you charge me an extra $10 just to put parsley on my plate. Oh, it looks nicer, guys. I put parsley on my plate. No. Just give me the plate as how it is. I paid for it. I got charged with it. Don't do any more than what it needs to be. So, that's all I have to say on that, you know. So, there's not much more to say. I mean, we could go on this all day like Susie Lou, but, like, this is pretty much what it is, you know. That's pretty much my closing thoughts. Do you guys buy from DK Oldies? What do you think about DK Oldies? Have you ever experiences from them? Like, comment, subscribe, and let me know in the comments below. But yeah, I don't really plan on buying from DK Oldies. And even if I did, obviously it would be like Review Tech USA. I'd be opening up the console and being like, this is what it looks like inside. But like, caked on dust. And I'm like, yeah. So, be like reviewing a plate of food in culinary school. So that would be fun. But anyway, guys, you get the idea. I hope you buy from a good source. You buy from a safe source. Like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you guys later. Bye!